Hey, this is Chad Nesbitt with Skyline News right here in front of the Asheville Police Department and the Asheville Fire Department. Got some of Asheville's finest firefighters here. Tell us what your name is, sir.
My name is Alan Arias.
Alan?
Joe Krebs.
Joe?
Brendan Keeney.
Brendan?
Ronnie LaFountain.
How long have you guys been with the Asheville Police or Asheville Fire Department? New York City. Ah, okay.
We're all FDNY.
Wow, so you were there during 9/11. Wow. What are your thoughts about today, sir?
Well, it's a day that obviously we'll never forget, and it's an important day in the history of this country. So, yeah, just.
What about you?
It's another day that'll live in infamy.
You, sir?
As the chief said, just the day must be remembered, and we have to teach our young school children, keep this day as important in their lives as it has become in ours.
You, sir?
Same thing.
Same thing. Well, I tell you what, it's just incredible that we've got some firefighters here from New York City, right here in our hometown of Asheville. I saw a portion of the ceremony that happened today, and what I saw was fantastic. But you guys here, I didn't realize that, and this is just an honor for me to be here and see you guys. Is there? I know it's hard, but how many firefighters were on scene the day of 9/11?
Brendan, what do you? Total
I think there's about, what, 9,000?
9,000 total.
And a lot of retirees came back to help out. So at points or another, we had, I'd say, 12,000 guys, available to work at the pile or the pit.
Is there a particular moment during that day that you remember the most that really stuck in your head?
Mine was at the makeshift command post. The fellas that were trapped in there were telling us outside to walk through the lobby, go past the elevators, and you'll see the stairwell, and there was no building there, and those men survived.
Wow. It's incredible. You, sir?
Well, for me, I was retired living in Asheville, so I didn't get down there till the 12th and wound up staying up for about a month working on the pile and doing some other operations. So, yeah. It was a tough ride to New York.
I'm sure. And you?
I was at home that morning. I would have gone to work that night for a night tour. By the time I got into the Bronx, it was about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I was a dispatcher. And the very first phone call that I picked up from our in-house phone that comes from the firehouses was a lady. She was crying. She was upset. She was unable to reach any of the chiefs or the main officers at headquarters. She pleaded, "Don't hang up." I asked her how I could help her. She said, "My name is so-and-so, and I'm looking for my husband." I knew her husband very well from Rescue Company 3. We'd had lunch probably a week before. So that was a very stirring moment for me to hear that lady. And I did have to call her back because I wanted to give her information about possibly where her husband was.
And how about you, sir?
I was working that day. My biggest thing is walking around later the next day after we got off in the rubble, not knowing where you were. Nothing looked familiar. All the buildings were down. It was just a pile of debris. You couldn't figure out where you were.
Well, guys, thank you for your service. God bless you, and thank you for coming here today. It's just incredible to see some New York firefighters here in Asheville, and we thank you, sir.